Oh,
Anybody have a good
What's up?
anybody
oh,
have a good list of like where I can go to see entry lists or
flow.
yeah, it's just a single file line, but whatever.
Oh, dude, Fager's got a flat from the lead. He got run over. Oh, he ran him over.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
You're ahead on the broadcast here.
Well, refresh your stuff.
I did.
Whoa. Why does it say the video is private? That's not good. I got a notification. Did they just say Hocevar's gonna be done too?
Yeah.
Yo.
Wow.
I mean, what do we got going on here?
Are we live?
Dude. Yeah. Yeah, click on your YouTube. It's up there.
We giving any intro?
No, dude, we're chilling, checking out the night one of the Gateway Dirt Nationals.
Uh-oh.
It's Gunmaker. Absolutely. What a mustache.
Dude, Fager is pissed. So how did we
I'm just wildly confused.
what's the confusion here, my guy?
What's Gordy coming over and saying? What's he chirping Gordy? Is he
He's not chirping Gordy. He's talking with him, but
How come we can't see the comments here, folks?
I got it.
How did you get that?
I'm just on the YouTube page. Give it up under my oh,
Oh, there we go. I got it. There we go. Now we're good.
so is he just venting to Gordy or what?
yeah.
That and I think Gordy's one of those guys that he's gotten himself roughed up early and he could probably talk him off the ledge a little bit, you know?
Oh,
I
Gonna
guess if
refresh. You're a little bit ahead of me.
anybody is interested in buying any sheet metal, I mean, there's going to be shit for sale either in St. Louis or after, including deck lids and everything from. Jeez. Whoa! Speaking of the devil, there's a door panel coming off the 42.
there was some help on that one.
This is true. Hocevar stuck a nose in that he shouldn't have. That's weird. Never heard that one before.
Where's your guys' stream at?
Whoa,
Green.
What?
28 just spun in the infield.
He just, yep.
Yep.
How are you guys so far ahead of me?
Callan's ahead of me, and I'm on live. I don't know how he's so.
I'm watching on my phone.
I would feel like it would make a difference, but yes, it does.
I don't know.
I'll try refreshing one more time, but yeah, wow, you are like you said somebody is spinning on mine, they were taking the green.
That and well, then really, you were way ahead of me for
No ball.
snowball. Yeah.
Oh, the old orange rubber mallet.
Yep. Doing a little tin work, as they would
Yeah, it
say.
gets its use this weekend. We still got another heat yet, I think.
Do you
Yeah,
think the
heat.
we always talk about on our podcast and stuff like that, we always talk about, guys coming to different series and guys like accepting that challenge, like cup guys coming to a late model asphalt race. Like, do you think that adds to the frustration for Fager? Like, most of our, like, you do this, here and there. This is where Fager makes his living. Do you think that adds to the frustration
Oh, absolutely.
that
Yeah.
Fager's sitting there going, this jack
This
wagon,
NASCAR guy.
this NASCAR guy who doesn't belong here just ruined my night?
Yeah.
Probably doesn't help the situation.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
no,
not.
definitely not.
Yeah, you guys remember who's a big Jason Fager fan?
So
Old buddy that pulled up at Cedar Lake.
Oh, our neighbor in the parking lot.
Our neighbor in the
Oh
parking
yeah.
lot. Old buddy that pulled up and we're like, oh, who are you a fan of? Fager.
Oh,
He also loves the modifieds.
Yeah, that was
I bet you he's there this weekend.
he just takes the old RV van and balances from track
And that
to track.
and that cabinet of booze with him too.
Yeah. Yeah, that feller was having himself a good time about
He's
two
probably the
laps.
guy that probably dipped into the old moonshine here and there every once in a while.
Yeah, and I think he was having himself a grand old time about two 20-ounce
That
tumblers in.
How about the fact that
Yeah.
he just pulls up at the racetrack and just finds we were sitting there in our little circle eating peanuts and having a few drinks, and how about the guy that just pulls up at the racetrack and he gets his launcher out and pulls right backs her right in and gets out his
My
chair and pulls
goodness.
right up next to us.
Brand new car.
Hey, got my little buddy here with us tonight.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side note, I didn't know if you see, but old Josh Jacobs inactive tonight.
Oh, good call. Probably take a look see at that whole situation too.
What are you looking at?
Fantasy.
Round one of the playoffs.
Mm. call. Got a lot of things going on tonight.
Yeah, he wasn't in my lineup either way. Oh, here we go. We got Bobby Pierce. Outside the front row. Well, he's the only one for me that's playing tonight, so. You gotta remember you got a whole bunch of Saturday games this weekend, 3 of them actually. Hey there, little buddy. You know who was actually pretty good in hot laps tonight?
Who?
Well, RTJ was like 6th or 7th, I think.
Is he racing a super mod or is he just a mod?
Yeah, he's both. He's trying to sweep the weekend.
Is he racing tonight or no?
Yup.
I missed the starting lineup, Kel. Who's in that 81?
Is it Scott? I think it's Scott Riggs.
Jack Riggs.
Or Jack Riggs. This could get interesting if they got a hand score this coming to the line.
Yeah. They'll get the photo finish camera out for that one.
What a race.
You got that 8 running right through the middle, and Pierce is just
Go by.
Whoa. These boys are racing hard for the heat race here. Well, I guess you're racing for a front row spot.
No.
Whoa, got a little pile up here.
Ooh, that nice little reflection on the 82.
Oh, just got a pile up on my screen.
Is Pierce gonna have to roll on the outside here? Oh boy. The old 29's having a tough time here. 229, I'm sorry. Whoa!
It's got in there a little bit hot.
Yeah. A little bit hot's an understatement, I think.
Bagger putting a new, well, I suppose. Bagger's putting a new nose on it.
Yeah, I know. I would think he's gonna have to try to run that B Mania tonight to try to gain some spots.
I don't think we even touched on the biggest news if you haven't seen one of the, I would say, heavy favorite this weekend to be up there and compete for a win, Hudson O'Neal.
Yeah.
Sucks.
And the worst part was that was oh boy. Same 3 cars. The worst part was that was in hot laps. Not only was it in hot laps, but it was after he took the checkered.
Yeah.
In that car, I don't, something broke or what, if he just missed it and whatever. But I mean, he turned around and that thing was, they interviewed his crew chief and he said it was junk.
Oh, I
You
can
wanna slow your
imagine. I
feet
mean,
down
he
by like 20
smoked.
seconds.
Huh?
You want to slow your feet down by like 20 seconds?
I can back it up by 10 seconds.
Yeah, try that twice.
That 10's fine, at least to me.
Well, just a second here. Let me where are you at right now?
They're replaying the wreck. The 88's parked sideways, and now they're showing the white car and black and red 20 riding around.
Let's say we'll just have to see if we can time it up to a green flag here. Across the line.
Yeah. Everybody'd say when they're
I'll pause it when I'll pause mine when I hit the line.
Well,
I'll just say when you're hitting the line. If we're 2 or 3 seconds apart, that's fine.
Sure.
But Kellen is like,
Well, here we go. Leader hit the line now.
oh, I still got him single file now.
Oh yeah, I'm doing that.
Oh no, I'm a lap. Oh, coming out of 2.
Just hit the 20.
my leader just hit the line.
So you're 10 seconds behind me.
Cam's way behind us.
Cam, go get your mouse over the screen. There's like a live button on the bottom left. Is it red?
Yeah.
Okay, so your video is live. Your feed just sucks. Got it.
Dropping the green and line now.
Yeah, we already did a lap.
You're a lap in?
I'm already a lap in.
Oh, well, I'm still riding around under caution.
Well, there's a new caution now.
So where's your guys' feet at right now? Right now, mine's showing the 82 spun backwards.
Mine just panned to the 16.
Coming out of 2 live. Lap 1, green. And Pierce is on the high. Caution. 82 turnaround. Now I'm behind. God, you guys. Technical difficulties, don't mind us.
All right. You can just refresh it and go live wherever you're at.
We're just trying to
Just try not to say and they're around.
Got it. Just for you people that are tuned into our live stream, we're trying to keep ourselves out of trouble with the old YouTube copyright people. So as we kind of go
Just
about
got
this,
the green on mine.
let's as we're going about this, let's think about who we're gonna pick for our snake draft winners for both series.
Ooh, that 81 almost. Bobby gave it everything he's got.
Yeah, if he'd have gone to the top a lap earlier, I think he'd have had it.
I'm just telling you, if I was driving here, I would just be telling myself every single lap, protect bottom. Protect bottom.
Yeah.
Because it's just like a NASCAR race. You give up that bottom lane and there's a train.
You're headed right to the rear.
I mean, granted, dirt gives you a little bit of better chance or hope that you can run the high side and maintain or battle at least, but
Ooh, that guy's turned on the front row.
Yeah, outside front row.
The old 8J. Capital Race Cars. Draws the two. I mean, to be the last pick, get the two. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that, I would think,
Yeah.
huh?
So what are again? So this is something that you guys are a lot more familiar with. What are some headlights going into this entire weekend? Like, what are you guys kind of looking out for?
Well, I mean,
Um,
I'll jump right into it. Somebody I just put on our podcast episode of the number one bust, Turbo Tyler Erb, won this whole deal last year. Defending winner after an emotional week last year. I think his dad passed away this week. Didn't tell anybody, raced it, ended up winning it. So, somebody that obviously was really good here last year and hasn't had the year I think anybody he especially hoped or expected. So, somebody defending winner, solid here, and would be if he can go back to back, can right
well,
the
I'll tell
ship
you,
and give you a good start to get the team and 2023 the right way and right the ship, and then hopefully give you a little bit of momentum and confidence going into next year.
just so you're aware, he ran heat race number one, finished second.
Transponder issue.
Yeah, so he's minus 3 spots running to be made, but that doesn't mean it means something, but not nothing.
More laps. More laps to ride around and see what he's got. Tune on it. So
Get himself.
no, I think that's one of the headlines or one of the guys I obviously have my eye on. But
I'm gonna say so. Cam's going more driver individuals. I'm gonna say my highlight or my what I'm gonna watch for this race this weekend is gonna be guys aren't gonna be real kind about getting positions. That for me is the biggest one is and we're seeing it already tonight. The guys aren't gonna be afraid to nose somebody out of the way to get a position to either get into the show or be on the front row of a B. Um so that's my kind of storyline tonight is the racing. It's gonna be gloves off. And it has been gloves off from the first heat race tonight that there's going to be some sheet metal for sale. So that's kind of what I'm looking at more so the story is guys really aren't worried about hurt feelings because they know that's going to come with the territory of racing on this racetrack.
I think the other thing too is like for the guys that are up front, they're going to be using that back end just as much as that front end. They're going to block as much as they possibly can. Knowing that sheet metal is going to get bent anyways, just to try and keep that position. There's a sweet looking car there on the right hand side of that screen, that old number 9.
Yep.
Fast car this weekend.
yeah,
Just
Kelly,
early
I
on.
just see that Carolyn asked how the race is. Yeah, we're smashing up a lot of equipment, and we're just
Night one, heat race one. The boys are at it to say
We've
the
had a
least.
favorite go out for the weekend. A lot of sheet metal and feelings hurt already. We're down the timing loop.
Well, that's correct. We're just so to update the whole live stream here.
Oh, how's the race? Off to a rough start across the board.
We're currently on a little bit of a timeout here as they're running a new timing loop through the PVC underneath the racetrack because the timing loop is cut. So they hand scored the last 2 heat races. Now they're looping another timing loop through the conduit underneath the racetrack on the concrete. So we're checking out a little bit of the pits right now, and then we're going to get modified heat races coming up. Do we want to take some winners on this first little intermission? Or do we want to
just do a first round of picks? Or
we can go one, we can pick a whole series. What are we thinking here?
well, if we're doing snake picks, Cam's going first on this whole deal.
Picking what?
Whatever. We don't have to pick anything, but I was just thinking. Go ahead. We got a little intermission here as they're working on the timing loop.
Well, how about this? Who are some
Trying to see where,
guys that we're keeping an eye out for?
I'm trying to see
Who do we think is going to be good? Based on whether it's tonight's prelims that have run so far, history, past races run here. Like who are we keeping an eye on?
Late
B
model?
shop. Yeah, B shop.
You want to talk about somebody else who, uh, what's his name? The Dome Warrior.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude.
Tyler Carpenter.
2-time champ.
Yeah, back-to-back champ. Not defending, but back-to-back.
Sure.
Hey, dude. Yeah, he knows how to get around, kind of get around this place. I mean, it's a little different every year, but oh boy.
Same deal comes in. I mean, it's just like the Chili Bowl. Everybody knows it's going to be tight quarters. Knows what it takes to get around. I know last year, watching some highlights, there were a lot of ruts in the track, and a lot of it was trying to avoid those.
Hey guys, we just actually got a great question in the chat. We just had one of the followers ask, can you guys do a Racing for Dummies episode?
Absolutely.
That's a great question, and that actually was on our docket for.
It's on the off-season episode list.
Yep.
But have we penciled in when we're going to do it? Not quite. But I would definitely say it needs to be in January before we get into. I would say look for it in mid to early January, because that's going to be when dirt's going to get back into full swing, and then you're looking at February where NASCAR's back rolling already. So
I know just the dummy to add in too. My roommate.
Oh yeah.
I know just the dummy to bring in too.
Yeah, we could give him the trivia question of insert word. What does this mean in racing? And then we can get the non-racing fan aspect, and we can give them some educated content.
Yeah.
So
I mean, there's between a lot of terms and series and not modifications, but rules that we kind of talk about that. Yeah, to somebody that doesn't watch it as much as we do, they're not going to know what the hell we're talking about. So just giving them a quick rundown.
Yeah,
I mean, we're talking about like racing 101 of like some people like it's hard to explain like stage racing.
Oh yeah,
like that people are like, why is there a checkered flag in the middle of a NASCAR race? Like even stuff like that for an outsider that we think is like
it's normal for us, but
it's normal for us, but yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but to answer the question, yes, that was a part of our plan for the off season is to do like a racing terminology 101, racing lingo 101, if you want to call it that. So super great question though.
could be a dangerous one too, because I mean we could go on for hours and hours on that.
There's lots of well, I mean, you think about it, the lingo for one, whether it be dirt or asphalt, you could do one or the other, and you could almost make it a whole episode for each one, kind of. Or first half of the episode is all asphalt, and you could do a parallel in the dirt world. Like,
Yep.
There's a million different ways that you could do that, just because they're similar, but they also have their own kind of just like channels
They're
where
unique.
they break off and go one way or another.
Yep.
So,
And then even then too, like going into the series itself. I mean, NASCAR is different from the super late models, asphalt super lates. You got the midgets and sprint cars; those are two different aspects. You got the mods and the supers; those are somewhat different too. So I mean, even within the surface, you got numerous different things that go on in those too.
absolutely.
This is awesome. On the screen, so on the screen here, we got kids. Obviously, kids are always playing with diecast cars. They got one of the cars on the flatbeds.
A little super late model on the record.
And back to that conversation about racing 101. I mean, if we had somebody like, I'd say, Kellen, you're the most well versed on. We're all we all know, the racing and, stuff like that, but we can give a 101 on terminology and like race structure, like practice qualifying, stuff like that and how that works. But
Yep.
you could probably spend a week worth of hours talking about how to adjust on a car and what these teams are doing to cars to make them faster. Tire pressures, I mean, wedge, all that.
Shocks, springs, yep.
I mean, you could honestly talk for
Gearing.
you could honestly probably talk for a week straight on what these people are doing. So
It'd probably take a lot of iRacing hours for me to figure out all that stuff too.
Yeah, even if you could even talk from the sense of just the pure number of adjustments that you could make and not even maybe what they do, but
Sure.
and that doesn't even begin to sniff what you can do with the chassis, let alone camber, left weight, shocks, springs, rebound, bump steer.
Cal, you're probably, if that's college level, that's a capstone course right there.
Well, I could tell you, I could probably be pretty good on the dirt because I got my PlayStation and my wheel and my pedals right here that we could set up the episode and I could make 2 quick laps and then make a little adjustment and then go back and we could confirm some suspicions really quick.
See, here's mine. I got my steering wheel.
I'd have to literally bolt the wheel to the table and turn on the PlayStation and I'm ready to rock. Right, your pedals are on the floor right below me.
Yep, same here. I gotta get Slinger yet too. Actually, you know what? Well, I'm thinking about it. We kind of got a lull and do that real quick. Because why not?
Dude, I want to play Sling. I saw a promo the other day. They had the late model stocks at Slinger.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
Didn't Ty Majeski, didn't he put
He
out
ran like one of the official iRacing races. And
Yeah,
they've been doing
you know,
late model stocks there.
so we've been talking about this. I guess I'm just confused as to why when we visited, I didn't get to run a race. You only let me practice.
Because it goes against my stats if you race.
Yeah.
You mean your safety rating? You
Yes. I know better than let you knuckleheads get in a car and run a race.
But I mean, honestly, that's one of my bigger things is this wheel that I have. It works on my PlayStation. But if I would get iRacing, it would work with iRacing. So at some point in my day, I will have an iRacing computer to run iRacing. So that's one of my things.
I love that when I had you guys up here, we were running some of those practice laps at Slinger, or not Slinger, Cedar Lake. And I've got a force feedback wheel. So, I mean, you feel every bump that's coming through that wheel.
Oh.
So when you hit a couple of those ruts, that wheel caught you a little bit. Oh, I got to correct myself back over. I mean, it's really cool. I like my wheel. It's treated me well. And even like on the asphalt tracks too. Like I know there's one track like going into one right at the line. There's a little divot that your left front dips down, but your right front stays up. And I always get screwed up when I hit that too.
The one that, and I'm dreaming big because there's a couple that I would really like, but Madison and Kakana, I think would be really fun.
I think Kakana would be a blast.
Kakana would be fun because it's got that goofy bump going into one.
Well, and then it's got the dog leg too. It's
Yeah,
just a unique shaped track.
I was gonna say Kakana should make the list just based out of the uniqueness of the shape of the track and having the dog leg on the front stretch, and then
if you're talking from like I don't know how many different types of racing you can do. You get 3 different types of racing. You get the half mile, you get the 3/8 mile, and then you get the figure 8.
Yeah, you could for sure.
So you can run damn near anything on that track.
And then your car selection.
Yep.
Little buddy. Your car selection, you got you could run a million things there. Anything on asphalt, you could pretty much run there.
Did you guys see the promo with Slinger about the figure eight for
I
my racing?
Yeah, I would be curious to try that one time too.
I'm early in the process of updating iRacing, and then I will download Slinger.
Hell yeah, because the tracks and the cars are fairly cheap when you buy them into. Well, you can buy packages, but they're reasonable to buy individually, aren't they?
Yeah, they're reasonable. I think the tracks are usually like $15.
I was
Maybe.
gonna say, wasn't like when we were up there, wasn't the Dirt Super like $7 or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think tracks are typically more expensive than cars, just because you can run the cars everywhere. But
Yeah,
$7 or $15 for lifetime enjoyment sounds like a steal to me.
it's definitely one of those too. Like if you buy them in packages, it knocks a bit off on discounts. Because like for each package too, you build up credit. So if you buy them at chunks at a time, you build up credit for for future purchases.
Got it. So it gives you an incentive for that.
Yep.
Are you rocking a Nick Hoffman sweatshirt?
No, I'm just rocking a World Outlaws sweatshirt. I am rocking the Nick Hoffman shirt underneath though.
I didn't do my due diligence and check the full race lineup of who's racing, and I
had the
rocked the
lineup.
old B5. And I will say, out of anybody, I think
I am going to tell you that old number 9 Nick Hoffman is an absolute surprise to me tonight.
I thought I saw something too that
what in the hell is even that?
Hey, Van is your computer mounted or no?
So I got my laptop in front of me here, and then I got that monitor up above.
Can you give us a little spin and show us the Hoffman door or no?
Sure. Nope, I gotta unplug some stuff here. Let's see.
Unplug the 19 things he's got plugged into that thing. Oh, did we just lose them? There he is. He's back.
Down back. I know. I had to unplug some stuff.
All right, put it down. Put it down.
Thought we lost you. Oh, thought we lost you.
Yeah, put it down.
Thanks.
Anyways, yeah, the Nick Hoffman door
right up in the corner up there. You can see
it's right. It's right up here. Trying to figure it out. Right there.
Yeah, Nick Hoffman rear quarter. Was that a right side quarter hanging off?
Yeah, right side.
Yeah, another Cedar Lake acquirement.
And a damn good one.
What we got six people tuned in.
It makes the financial decisions pretty easy when you show up to the racetrack and you say, "Yeah, I'm looking for a Nick Hoffman piece of sheet metal."
First trailer we walk
and
by,
you show up, and
yeah, I just like Cal, and I'll catch up with
you. And the best part was that was when I bought that Jimmy Mars door.
Yep.
And it was directly across from the Nick Hoffman. So I'm thumbing through, I'm not kidding you, like 50 doors. It's like 50 door panels. There's a gajillion door panels. And he's thumbing through all of the Nick Hoffman quarters. No one else is at either place. We're like, well, we got the run of the mill. We might as well pick what we want.
Yep.
I think looking back at it, if I wanted to get the collection going, I probably should have just pulled the trigger on the Tyler Erb door.
I went into it with the thought of my bank account is unlimited. That's how I went into the weekend. I'm like, whatever flips my trigger is coming home with me.
Well, and the thing is too, it's like for us, these guys, I guess it's more likely than a NASCAR race, but how often are these guys in the area, and two, when you see this stuff, what are the chances you ever get a crack at it again?
Yeah. Yep. Well,
It's
and
kind of
not
one of
to
those
mention-
things where it's like it's now or never.
Yeah.
And that was
Not
that
that
was
you'll
kind of my
never see
debate.
it, but
That was my debate with this door here was as a little kid, I've got a picture with Jimmy Mars, a super late model, like a real little tyke, and it had that same exact door setup. And I'm like, the guys, they're like, it's actually Jimmy's door. It's not anyone that drove for him. They cleaned out the shop and they said, we're gonna sell this stuff off, and this is the last there's gonna be of any Jimmy Mars sheet metal. So that's why I pulled the trigger. I didn't need to,
Well,
but I did.
and think of it this way: like all those panels that you got behind you, this one that I got up here, they're all one of ones. They are not replicas. They're race worn. I mean, they are one of ones.
That is what you would call authentic.
Yep.
So yeah, that's kind of cool. Side
My
note,
only regret, my only regret was that I didn't take that panel with me into the pits and have Hoffman sign that thing. That was my only regret. I might do that next year if he's there again.
just announced what in the last 2 weeks that he's running the World Outlaws again.
So
So
yeah, he'll be there.
Side note, one of my picks is running, or what I think one of my picks is going to be is running this mod race.
See,
I'll
now
let you
the
know.
odds I'm coming in. But
I will say
very
one thing: the little
little.
track prep there at intermission does have this track pretty racy for these modifieds.
You know, honestly, the track prep this year, usually this track gets really bumpy, but it's super smooth, and I'm surprised how quick it slicked off.
Yeah. I mean, you could already see the shine kind of coming in on it.
Yeah. I mean, they'll work on it again before the feature. I'm just gonna throw it. I just wow. These boys are racing. Bollinger the 77. He's a whoa.
I think he got him.
He's a former winner of this race in the mods. Oh, so there you go. 11 1,000ths of a second decided your transfer.
Wow.
That 44 is on absolute rails this weekend.
What should I do here?
You taking notes there, Tiger?
Well, I should be doing that as well. But just because I saw the name pop up.
Feeling pretty good about my initial reading on who I was going to pick. So
I have a pick. It's kind of a homer pick, but I don't care. I'm going with it.
we'll keep talking about it. Do we want to make some picks?
Good question.
Damn.
Furious Gamer OG. When do emods start?
Open wheel modifieds or A mods are currently running their heat races. They got 4 heat races tonight.
Oh,
Oh, Cam, you taking some notes here on who you got some picks? Van Grohl.
yeah.
What homer pick you got there?
I'm saving it until picks. I don't need any of you guys stealing it.
You go last. So I think I'm going to surprise you a little bit.
I go last, so that's why I'm holding off on it.
Oh, did RTJ
So-
run tonight?
Huh?
Did RTJ run a super tonight or no?
Nope. His super is tomorrow.
Jimmy Owens, that modified. Wow.
Yeah, he spotted out in hot laps, but still finished like 6th or 8th, I think it was. Oh, inside him. Jimmy Owens said, yeah, I'm here,
Yeah.
folks.
Oh, he got hit a bump, slid up. Go!
Oh, holy hell, he hung on to it.
Oh, there's a.
Yeah, we've got a number of hand gestures already tonight.
And for those of you asking
Is
what the
that?
hand gesture may be, it's going to be the number 1, and it's not your pointer finger or your ring finger. It's the one between those two.
In the lines.
Yep. Oh yeah. Jimmy Owens, brand new.
Why was the 770 the 777? Why was he so not happy with RTJ?
It really wasn't
You didn't
RTJ.
see what happened?
Well, I mean he slid him, but it was his fault for gassing it up and running him over. I thought it was a pretty clean slide job.
Oh boy, RTJ is ripping the top. We got a absolute war for the lead here.
Keep in mind, top 4 transfer out of this one.
Yeah, you get RTJ leading, Neville running second, Owens third. They were 3 wide there for a lap.
Ricky Thornton Jr. just said, "Hey, if I'm going to get the number 1 symbol here, I'll pass you and I won't even get close to you."
Well, I guess if I got invited down to bring a drink to the guy that's what is he? Oh, dude, that's a clear cup and there's a little brown liquid in there. You would think that would be an adult beverage. Oh, yeah. The boys are enjoying themselves on the call. Hell yeah.
Yeah, TJ is pulled away.
Yeah, Ricky Thornton doing Ricky Thornton stuff in the mods. The old 777's got that cool, like, casino like paint scheme.
Yep,
Well, I guess nowadays they don't call it a paint scheme, they call it a wrap, but
that's a paint scheme.
it's correct. It's a paint scheme.
It's a paint scheme. We called it paint scheme on our top 10 paint schemes countdown. It's a paint schemes.
That's because some of those cars were actually painted like that.
Yeah.
See, we got a comment in here from
Chili Bowl ride.
yeah, he's running the Chili Bowl.
Who?
RTJ.
Yeah, what were we gonna say about the comment?
See, Chris Click says Owens is in an old LG2 car.
I mean, that he was competitive.
Ooh, RTJ outside of row one.
But no, I mean Owens was Owens looked good. Just kind of rolled around in third. Got singled out there and just rolled around in third. And
Unfortunately, he was racing against that guy they call Ricky Thornton.
well, and Jimmy's a savvy vet. He
Yeah.
taken four to the show. You don't need to.
Yeah, you don't gotta tear your stuff up trying to get there when you're already locked in.
Yeah, when you're locked in, and I didn't even, we were talking before about the points of, Kellen, you said one of the things you're going to watch is these heat races and not guys not giving an inch. Well, if you don't finish in that 3 to 7 range for late models for a chance at a B main, you're not on track until Saturday afternoon again.
And you could be deep in the last chance.
So to your point of guys not giving an inch, I think that was one of the things for those late model guys, hence why we saw the amount of smashed up equipment is they don't have time to sit around and wait. They gotta go. And
Speak of the devil, Brandon Shepard watching tonight. I saw a picture on Facebook tonight of him sitting in the stands working over an ice cold Busch Light. We got the Busch Light modified inside row 2 of his heat race.
clean looking car.
It is a sharp looking car, actually. Oh, caution. Oh.
And you got to remember too, we're in the city where the old Busch Lattes come from too.
Yeah, we're at the home of the old top in the can.
I will say one thing that you gain a lot of respect for when you sit and do this, like growing up, like at a wrestling tournament or football, like I would always question how somebody could pronounce our last name wrong. Bornbach. How do you pronounce it wrong? Like, to me, it's like Bornbach, but you get Bornbach. Some people call it Bombach because the R and the R looks like an M. But I'm looking at some of these names and it's like I don't even want to try to pronounce whoever's
I know.
in the C4 number 5 in P5 in the C4 car that just spun.
Sutai?
Sutia. I mean,
Yeah, right. Well,
I
that's
feel
one
you.
thing when
Mine got pronounced wrong during baseball.
well, the only thing I think I'll say is some of these guys, when they enter, they may also have to submit
Pronunciation sheet.
pronunciations where it's like, all right, when they read it off, like they ain't gonna botch it because it says his name and where
No.
oh God, right below it, there's a ouch. They can read the pronunciation instead of the name and close their eyes and throw darts at the dartboard. So I do like that last comment that came that you mentioned in the chat there. Chris made that comment about the car. That's one that's always intrigued me is like what guys are running what chassis or guys changing. Do they have a trusty old steed that they can just get in and know they're going to win? And that one's always been interesting to me, especially on the dirt side because there's been so many guys that have changed, at least in the supers, have been changing chassis, especially the Longhorn. But Yeah, that one's always interesting to me. We've tried to keep track of some of that stuff with our Excel sheet and what guys are running what chassis and with which teams and some of that stuff. So um I do take a good appreciation to that.
For the record, Slinger Speedway. Shit, I just had 11.95
No deal
at the cart.
and checkout.
Submit payment.
Yep.
News.
I guess anybody listening, do you have a favorite track or car combination for any of your iRacing simulation console gaming? If you do, toss those in there.
One that I've always wanted to try, but never really had the guts to do. And we were talking about like it was said in the group chat. Like my favorite race car has always been like that 2007 Twisted Sister NASCAR Cup car. Running that sucker at Charlotte.
Dude, I'm gonna say fun but terrorizing in the same sense. Coming through the game, yeah, it just gets super light, you just lose it.
Yep.
Side note, kind of a follow-up comment too. We were talking about names and all that other stuff. Again, Chris Click, I believe how I say it. Yep. Commented, he said that most announcers will look at the entry list, and if it's a different name, they will personally ask in the pits. So a significant clarification than reading it off of a sheet of paper, which for a race like this, I think that's an absolute must to get that right. So good little piece of insight there. Appreciate that. That's good to know.
Yeah, that's good. Thank you. Woo!
I'll say one thing. There's no question on how to pronounce who's starting on the outside of row 2 there. No questions on that name pronunciation.
That would be the 36 of Kenny Wallace.
Oh man. So I'm looking at hold on. I'm gonna see if I can get some pictures here.
I got 1, 2, 3. I got 4 potential picks in this heat race. Also, if you guys have race picks for this weekend, we are snake drafting 2 picks for each racing class. So if you have those, throw them in the comments. You might end up paired up with one of us based on your picks, which could be a good thing or a scary thing.
A lot of times it's a pretty scary thing.
More often than not, yeah.
Beeline. Oh, mine's lagging.
Oh, dang it. That's too bad.
Uh-oh.
Dang it. One of our fellow YouTubers. Oh, two of our fellow YouTubers. The old number 7 garage and then Zach Johnson, Millennial Farmer, got up into the concrete on the outside. The crete.
Oh, they're getting since the laps were complete, we're getting from the stop. So B main lineups have been posted. Tyler Earp's gonna start 7th in his B main.
Oh boy. I think it's top 3, isn't it?
B main's taking what, 2?
It doesn't say.
Oh,
Whoa! Dang it.
uh-oh.
Got two of my picks that are tangled up here together. God dang it.
Got some help.
Yeah. And you know what that did? That helped the millennial farmer there quite a bit because those are two
It
cars.
sure did.
You know, the Midwest boys, those Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois boys in the modifieds showed up tonight.
Yeah.
Between Vince and Tim Nash and Zach Johnson and Tyler Peterson.
We throwing Kenny Wallace in that list?
He's a hometown boy. I mean, that's fair enough. Wallace is, I mean, the old Herminator
Top
from
three. Chris, top three.
what?
Chris comes in top three out of the B main.
So Turbo's gonna have to go.
Turbo doesn't have a choice. Yeah, that and oh yeah, there you go. Chris commented that. Dude is on it tonight. Hats off to
Putting
that guy.
clutch.
Dude, feller's on it tonight. Hell yeah.
Chris, obviously you're dialed into the chat and in the live. Are you dialed into Flow Racing? Are you watching this mayhem too as well?
You have to know this feller is watching right along with us. This is what it's all about. When we don't quite have all the intel from watching, this is when the fan interaction just brings us right up to speed. You know?
Yep.
We're over here trying to talk ourselves on YouTube and we got fellers that follow us just
Look, and I think we've made that crystal clear since we started the channel. We're by no means the most intelligent human beings out there, but we
love good racing.
but we love racing.
He just came in with a comment. I'm driving, so you're my only hope for results.
We got you, guy. We got you, dog.
Eyes on the road, buddy.
I just replied, we got you, dog. We got you, man. Oh, that's awesome. Well, not awesome, but we appreciate you tuning into the channel.
I'm glad I'm not alone. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
I may have done that myself at one point in time.
This mod race is kind of a disaster.
Let's drag it out a little bit. It's also playing havoc on my stream here. It's not treating me very well.
We got some guys that are trying to tear some stuff up here, and I'm not liking it because they were guys I was going to pick. So that's a good point. I think, and Chris is commenting here, I think what we should be doing is, as heat races are finishing up, we should be commenting the finishing order. So those that aren't watching on Flow can also get a live kind of
Absolutely.
follow through. That's a very good comment on. I see he commented he's following along on the live timing, but we can help you out here as well. Might be a little bit behind, but
We already
Pick
know
up a new
I'm going.
modified. Atta boy.
You already know where I just went. I just went to the old race monitor.
Come on, Zach Johnson, get
Oh,
yourself in there.
all right. What do you want to see? Zach Johnson make it in or Ken Wallace win this thing?
Johnson didn't make it. So, of course, they took the finish away. Well, let's see if they bring it back. I should have just commented about. I was too invested in that fourth and fifth place finish. It was too close to comment. Braden
Oh, he
Watson,
just
Kenny
missed
Long,
out on it. Dang it.
Dylan Nussbaum, and Scott Bintz are your 4 transfers from Heat 4 of the mods. Zach Johnson was just on the outside. Tim Nash, 6th. Logan Velo, 7. 8th place. Missing data, it says. So, dang it. I was really hoping Zach Johnson, he was quick and
Did
hot
too.
lap. He's quick and hot laps. So I was feeling good about that pick, but dang it. Oh, hey, speak of the devil, our great follower and listener here, Chris, is on the way to pick up a new modified.
Hell yeah.
So, feller's gonna do a little racing the way it sounds.
Yeah, that poses a whole bunch of follow-up questions.
Yeah, we've got lots of questions for you. You opened Pandora's box with that one.
Question number one: where are you racing?
Where are you racing? Do you have sponsorship opportunities available?
Follow up. What chassis? What chassis are you picking up?
All right. So we got some B mains coming up. I got the lineups handy. Should we read them off?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna use the bathroom quick.
Yep. This seems like a good opportunity to just really quick take a.
Well, say, well, if you guys are doing that, I'll read off the lineups here.
Yep. Hold it. I'll be right back.
So, B feature number one, and going back to a comment that we had earlier about uh, names and all that, I'm probably going to botch a couple here, but we'll give it the old community college try. So starting on the polls going to be Scott Sinful in the B main feature number one. Scott Zobrist is second. Alan Westling is third. Josh Baller is fourth. Rusty Griffaw is fifth. Zach Wohlers is sixth. Tyler Erb seventh. Starting in seventh after getting a 3-position penalty for having transpired in the wrong position. Kyle Mixon is eighth. Mike Spatola is ninth. David Severs is 10th. Mike Eplet is 11th. Greg Kimmons is 12th. Lane Bellm is 13th. Dave Marlowe is 14th. And Robbie Bostic is 15th. Heartland Modified Tour. All right. Well, I'm looking into it right now.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Here we go. We're back. Ooh, 15 lapper.
Top 3. 10 lapper. 10 lapper.
15-10. These guys don't know what's going on, do they?
So keep an eye on your boys, Tyler Erb here. He's still P7.
Ooh, he's picking up a 2024 Hughes. Okay. Always open.
And spanking new.
All right. He's always open to sponsorship opportunities.
Oh, flat left rear on Herb.
What is going on with this 77 car?
I mean, is that thing loaded up or what's the situation there? Because that thing
It's been
is
smoking since it's got on the track before in the heat
It's
right
on. It's under gas too. So
smoking like a chimney.
halfway through, Zobrist, Westland, Bowler are your transfer cars right now. Griffon and Spatola are 4 and 5. They're all right there, nose to tail.
I know Tyler Erb is out.
Yep, flat ref rear.
Oh, caution with 2 to go. Re-rack him.
Tire rub on the body. It was just odd that it was down the straight too. I mean, it makes sense. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for.
Tyler Erb, tough night. He was going to be.
Here's a question for you, and maybe I'm not. Maybe we should know this, but why do we not allow that little that cross lane, that the guy that goes through the middle of the dome track? Why do we not allow teams to take a four-wheeler and a couple spare tires in there?
Well, for one, they cannot. Well, four-wheelers they can't have anything gas powered. Crews can't, but that part I don't know. I mean, for the most part, I guess it's also
Too
the
chaotic.
flow too chaotic. I think the flow of the show is the biggest thing, but also these races are shorter. It's a 10 lap B main. Like you got guys wheeling in there with 8 tires while you're trying to make it all, and then there also isn't really a good spot to put cars back on the track once you're hot.
Yeah.
Just there wasn't an opportunity to. It's not like some of these other tracks where like up here by us, where some of these other tracks you get a good spot to blend a car back in, even when they're hot. It's just that 5th mile is just too small for that, I think. What's
Back to green.
Yeah, Chris coming in. Too many people in the open area. Too risky to have someone getting hit.
that is also true as well for that from a pure safety standpoint as well, where not only the flow of the show, but the chaos of going in one tunnel, out another, up and down the same tunnel, crews and cars and all that other stuff, which from that point as well, you'd assume that that was bullet point number one. But yeah, for sure.
It could also just be, it's a combination. It could also just be a, race rule. You get to some of the, they lie for fives where they don't have any stops in them. Midwest Tour, you get the control cautions. It could be on a race by race basis too.
Yeah. Yep. We got a little bit of a tangle up here. We got two cars that are going to have to separate themselves here via a wrecker. So,
Little kids enjoying the race.
that's a little buckaroo too, that's for sure. All decked out in checkered flags and smiling ear to ear.
And earmuffs.
Yeah. That's a great point. Wait, get to your local short tracks.
Bring everybody out.
Yeah, absolutely.
The old two-seater ride.
Yeah. I guess we've been talking about these race picks. Do we want to wait until Saturday? We could wait until Saturday and snake draft Saturday, like Saturday morning.
That way we actually know who's in the A mains.
Yeah,
Well, no, because we didn't do that for the snowball.
this is true. Well, then we
I
better
think we
start
got to pick
picking.
tonight.
I think we have to.
I mean, I got a super pick already.
I got a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 supers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got a list of 7 mods. Well, how are we going to decide which series we pick first?
Or, as we said, we're each taking 2 picks in each series, right?
Yep.
How about, because we're doing a snake draft, we pick either, you don't have to pick supers first or mod first. You just pick whatever you want first.
So we can snake draft the 6. Well, it'd be 12.
We get 4 picks total.
Yep.
But we don't have to, we could pick whatever series
Yep.
we want and with that pick.
100% fantasy draft, start to finish.
Yep.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Cam's first pick, so he can pick whatever the hell he wants.
You want me to make a pick?
I would think so.
All right, well, I'm rocking the shirt for a super late model. I'm picking the old B5.
All right.
B-Shep.
B-Shep's off the board. That means Kel. That means you're up.
I'm going to do something a little bit non-traditional.
I'd pick Hudson O'Neal.
Ooh, I should probably do this real quick before we get too deep into it. B feature lineup. Luke Bennett's going to be on the pole. Jordan Barbie second. Jake Riggs third. Ryan Wilson 4th, Dakota Dellinger is 5th, Dustin Rollins 6th, Quentin White 7th, Lindsey Hansen 8th, Chris Fetter 9th, Jonathan Lee 10th, Bill Wagner 11th, Kip Hughes 12th, Michael King Jr. 13th, Megan Sanders 14th, and Joel Belm 15th. It's your B.
I think my super picks are safe. I'm gonna go ahead and I think Chris might find this name very, very interesting or a good pick. I'm gonna go ahead and take TPO, Tyler Peterson in the modifieds.
Tyler Peterson.
TPO.
All right. In the modified. So that makes me up. Well, I get 2 picks in a row here.
We got to do this. You realize we have to do this snake twice because we get 2 picks for each series.
Yeah. So but I get this. If we're doing snake, that means I get the next 2 picks, right?
Correct. So then,
right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take a super and I'm going to take a mod. So in my super, I'm going to take Hoffman.
Who?
Okay.
And I'm going to take the low hanging fruit in the mod. I'm going to take RTJ.
Who'd you pick?
I took Hoffman in the super. And I'm going to take RTJ in the mod.
Cam, it's back to you.
So Cam, it's back to you. You have a super pick under your belt.
No, no, it should be me.
Yes, correct. Yes, it is you.
Yeah, it's me.
Yep.
So I got a mod pick.
So you got a mod pick under your belt.
I'm gonna take.
Hey, Chris Click, he's obviously in the know. You're listening in. I need a modified pick, and I'm not super familiar with the modifieds. Can you shed some light on a pick?
We're gonna have to turn off the chat here due to some technical difficulties.
Okay, well, his 2 mod picks are gone. Yes.
Wait, Kellen, who'd you take?
Tyler Carter. Tyler. Oh,
okay.
I took Tyler Peterson. Yeah, TPO.
And then you took Carpenter as your other one?
No, my super pick is going to be Tanner English.
Tanner English. All right. All right, Cam, now you are up. Again, you have 1 super pick under your belt.
You're looking for a mod. Most likely, unless you're just going to.
You get 2 picks in a row here. On Lee around in turn 2.
I am gonna go with my mod pick.
Because you get back-to-back picks here to round out your picks.
Yeah, I'll just take Jimmy Owens in the modified.
Wow.
Owens. Actually, he gets 1 more pick afterwards.
Yeah, he's got 1 more pick right now.
Well, then he's got 1 more pick later in the draft. He gets the last pick.
Yep. Yeah.
And
so you got a super and a mod to pick yet.
Ooh, that's the chat's lighting up a little bit. Eyes and ears, folks. I'm loving this interaction though.
I know.
For my
Oh, there's some hand signals. So we got four piled up here in turn 4. I apologize for names because I don't know anybody.
Yeah, those guys I don't know.
Um,
Our old gas man
Did
here,
it-
he's doing a lot of head scratching.
did
I'd say
anybody?
your clock is expired here, bud.
Yeah, did you pick? Did anybody pick Nick Hoffman in this? In
I picked Hoffman in the supers.
okay, you already did.
So we got Federer turned around. We got let's see where we got. We got Lindsay Hansen turned around. We got Barbie turned around. I can't tell who the last car is in there.
Yeah, that white car in the door, the numbers are covered up, so it's hard
Oh
to
man,
see.
it just went to commercial.
I guess low hanging fruit to solidify. I'll win the supers. Um, but I'll take Bobby Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, that's
All
not,
right. Okay. Kellen, you're up. You got a super and a modified pick yet. It's awfully quiet over there.
I know. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something wild because Cam picked his both of his super guys already, and he left me with an absolute fan favorite. No, I'm taking RTJ in the super. But yeah, I'm taking RTJ.
All right.
So it's to you, and you've picked one mod and one super.
Yep. And I could wrap them up both here. I'm just
Wrap 'em
checking
up.
on something.
Yeah, wrap up third place finish.
Well, I'm gonna start with the super, and I think I gotta go with your
Oh,
two-time and defending champ, Tyler Carpenter.
okay.
And for my mod, this is where I do I want to stick with the homer or do I want to just go for a good shot here? I am using my eyes and ears here as well with our informant Chris. You know what? I'm gonna go with the one that he just called out here. I'm gonna take a shot at it. Jake Tim.
Damn it. My neighbor. It's my neighbor.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Well, 20 minutes for me.
So I'm wrapped up. So Kel, it's back to you, and you got a mod pick.
That's for me. That's why I gotta.
Yep, you got a mod to pick. Jimmy Owens, Tyler Peterson. You've got Tyler Peterson. RTJ and Jake Tim are off the board.
Yep. Let me look.
Cam, you're going to be on the clock afterwards. You also have a bot pick yet, so you better figure something out.
Yep, I'm scoping it out right now.
I'm just trying to.
Back lined up. Got Luke Bennett, Jake Riggs, And Ryan Wilson is your top 3 right now in B main 2. Looking at 7 to go.
Bedford. Top. Okay, so I'm gonna go. You guys are gonna be. I think you guys are gonna be pleasantly surprised with this pick. I am going to go ahead and take. Mike McKinney.
All right.
Mike McKinney.
Yeah, that comes down to you. You get the final pick, and you got a mod to pick.
I'm gonna.
There's some. If you look at the Flow Racing entry list, there are some absolute hammers out there. You got Drake Troutman.
I'm gonna pick Chase Allen.
Chase
Yeah.
Allen. All right.
Okay.
Mike McKinney is solid too. Good pick.
Well, I just went Chase Allen because our boy Chris here in the chat is
Hyping him up.
our good picks, and I'm not sure who he is, but I'm gonna figure it out. I'm gonna ride or die with him. So
Again, this is for us. The modifieds aren't something that we see a ton of unless we're there in person. Where for us, we see enough super late model racing that we can know or have a feeling of
Yep.
who can be there. Where the modifieds, unless you're at a track to you,
a little under acknowledged.
yeah.
We're in the learning
Honest feedback,
stages.
honest feedback. Yeah, for sure. So now that we've made our picks, here I'll read you guys some of my other finalists that I had on my list. And guys that I had contemplated picking. A couple other ones, and maybe a little bit of a, I don't want to say bias to it, but the Millennium Farmer and Zach Johnson
Yep.
struggled in his heat a little bit, but hot lapped well. So Zach Johnson was one I had looked at, kept an eye on. Tim Nash had a tough heat race. I was keeping an eye on him with old number 7 garage, Zach Bintz with the 1S. 1S, I think it is, yeah. Hess was another fast one, and tonight he's kind of swept the night so far. Obviously Kenny Wallace, and then Neville was another one that I was kind of keeping an eye on. So for the modifieds, those are my guys that were in contention. Zach Johnson, I wanted to pick him so bad.
Chris comes in, Cam, I don't know how you're gonna like this, but says Chase Allen doesn't care about his car. It'll win or it'll be totaled.
perfect.
That's what we need for the dome. That's the dome mentality. As they would say, when you tear the rear deck out of it, that's a dome buggy. That's the kind of guy we need.
That's your classic. Bring me the steering wheel. Bring me the trophy.
Yep.
If you got the funding to do that, I'm all for it.
Hey, Christ, up here you got until May to put the car back together. Yeah, we're good.
Oh man.
That's great. I love that.
We still got to get through this B feature here too.
Yeah. So kind of we're under caution with 6 to go. Here's your lineup in the B feature as they're
Coming
kind of rolling around, getting ready to go. 1 Bennett, 2 Riggs, 3 Wilson, 4 White, 5 Wagner. Those will be your top 5 currently. 6, Hughes. 7, King Jr. 8, Lee. 9, Dellinger. So that's where we're at with the Super Late Model B Feature 2.
No! Damn near had a front runner spin and pile everybody up. Dakota Dellinger brings out the caution here too. We got a right rear spoiler hanging off of her too. I think the whole body is shaking at this point. She's been beaten and rattled a little bit.
Well, that's weird because that would never happen at the Dome.
No. We did get a lap in, so we got 5 laps to go now.
Jack Riggs coming out of the old B-Shep shop with that SSR 81 or SRR. Let me correct myself there.
White holding up. Couple of cars here trying to get by. White sitting in 4th.
The old 14, it's got the old quickie paint scheme kind of, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, they were just mentioning earlier that it is a tribute.
Oh, yeah, it's
It is a tribute
cool
scheme.
I like that look.
I think the connection, if I remember hearing it right, the engine builder for Kawicki is the engine builder for whatever engine he's running.
Oh, sweet.
So that was the connection with it. And also, it is Alan Kawicki's birthday. What would it be his 69th birthday?
Sweet. What we got here? Bennett, Wilson, Riggs, King Jr., White are your top 5 in this B main.
Bennett, Wilson, and Riggs advancing to the feature.
Yep. So mind you, we got a feature coming tonight yet for $5,000 to win.
Yep. Also, if anybody hasn't been kind of paying attention, the Quickie Development Program, speaking of Quickies, got their award ceremony tonight.
Yep. And
I saw Larry McReynolds is out there, Jeff Bodine is out there. It's a big event for
that lot of huge names, and then for us, for Wisconsin asphalt racers, Levon Vanderdies was out there.
Yep.
As a part of that banquet for us. So pretty cool to see a very young asphalt super late model racer from the Merrill area of Wisconsin for to be out there on that trip. So pretty cool little deal.
one of the guys, one of those drivers that I've always said, what could have been.
Whoa, hang on here, fellas. He's too. Had 214 car drivers getting together and wishing each other Merry Christmas and saying that they will be getting together during the holidays.
It's a Merry off season, Happy Christmas.
Correct. Oh, I just see a comment in the chat here. It is 8:02, so Badger volleyball for those of you that are following Division I volleyball. Badger volleyball is playing up for their semifinal or Final Four game. Right now.
Nebraska just put a beat down on Pitt.
Did they?
Yeah, 3-0.
Shocker.
Sent them packing.
Oh, live stream starts at 8:30 actually. So that'll be on ESPN. So
One B main for the modifieds. Trying to find a lineup, but I'm not seeing anything.
Jumping the gun.
Ooh. The 2024 Knoxville Nationals pay has just come out for that race. The winner will get a cool $190,000.
ooh.
For what?
The Knoxville Nationals.
Wow.
Ooh, we got some words being said.
Some extracurriculars. Oh, the old 14 cars are
Somebody's running.
they're looking to looking to get together at the holidays here in a couple of weeks.
Couple number one signs.
Couple number one signs, one guy running, and then the camera turns away. Oh man.
We're still going at it.
Ooh, we got this guy flexing on the other guy. Jesus, guys, give it a rest. The weekend isn't even over. Fellas, come on now. Oh man.
Little song reference there. This is what you call this is reality TV. This is good reality TV.
It'd be racing reality TV even.
A lot of number ones being shown.
So what I'll go ahead. I'm gonna put this in the chat. I will put our picks in the chat so everybody can see. You know, we kind of talked about this, but I'll go ahead and fire the chat or the picks in the chat so everybody can see. Oh dang it!
Vibes coming out on the track as we speak.
That didn't do what I wanted it to do, but
We're gonna take a bio break quick.
yep, you're good. Tanner English.
All right. Ray Bollinger is going to be starting in first. Dalton Lane second. Rick Condier is third. Zach Johnson's going to be rolling off fourth. Mac at Altabali. It's going to be fifth. Josh Lemke is sixth. Chad Bauer seventh. Tim Nash eighth. Todd Sherman ninth. Cody Zorbis 10th. Chris Satoya, sure. 11th. Logan Velos is 12th. Waiting for the thing to turn. And that is lineup. 12 cars, 8 laps. Top 2 transferred.
Cam, who's your second super pick?
My second super pick was Tyler Carpenter.
Oh, Tyler Carpenter. It was okay. I'm just making sure. I had that written down, but Tyler Carpenter, then your mods.
Green flag for the mods.
Picks are out. There we go.
Bollinger right in the low lane. Lane wide in the wide lane. Canoyer's around. And cautions up.
And you know what that does?
Puts the Millennial Farmer up there.
Helps Millennium Farmer out. So those of you guys that are listening, that we just threw our race picks in the chat for both the supers and the modifieds. So
Ooh, Zach's going to start on the bottom here, too, on the restart.
yeah. That helps him a ton. He was trying to get down.
Yeah. Ooh,
How many we taking from this?
2.
2?
Yeah, he loves that bottom. If he slides up, he's hurt. Johnson's gaining ground. He's side by side with Lane. 5 to go, coming to 4.
He's working hard on that bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, if he drifts up, he hurts a ton. And 3 and 4, he's struggling. He could get a good 1 and 2, but 3 and 4, he struggles. Talking about that. Ooh. Bollinger went up high, lost a ton of ground. Oh, we got a problem with Lane from the lead.
See ya.
Zach Johnson in the lead. Nash jumps into second.
Come on, Nash. Come on, Nash.
Nash in second. Bollinger going high.
White flag, that 77 is going to leave her hang out. Uh-oh. Let's go, Tim Nash and Zach Johnson.
Zach Johnson. Let's go. Now
Oh,
you're behind me.
Yeah, now I'm behind you. What the hell's up with this? What the hell is even that?
Let's go, Zach Johnson. Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, and MB Customs too.
I just heard somebody going wild about Zach Johnson.
Yep, Zach Johnson made his way in.
One
Won the
to
debate.
win.
Hell yeah. B-mains are done. A-mains are coming up.
We have more track prep to do.
Yep. Heck yeah. I was a little worried. I did pick Johnson just because of the him going to that B main, but how about that?
Hmm.
What's the how long's the feature tonight?
Let's see, I believe.
I think it's 25 laps.
Yeah. Yeah, super lates are 25, modifieds are 20.
Also, as we've gone through this here, I don't know if you guys have checked. We have picked up a couple subscribers to the channel. So for
Nice.
those of you guys that are hitting that subscribe button, we appreciate that. That's a pretty cool little deal for us. So
I know we mentioned that we hit that 100 mark. We're gonna keep going. We're gonna try and hit that. Our 1,000 is that next goal.
How many did they take from the B main?
They took 2 from the mods.
So that's 77 car.
yeah, Bollinger's out.
Out. Yep.
You know, I do have to say though, for as much as we talk about this being kind of a crown jewel and anomaly, but hats off to the race crew and everything they've done to make this show just go as smoothly as it has all night.
Yep.
Even some of the heat races have had wrecks and kind of been a little bit of struggle, but honestly, like this program, they fired up heat races or hot laps at 4 o'clock this afternoon, and they've been hard at it since then,
Yep.
and it's just been flow and little track prep. They roll it in, we're back at it. So,
And you even mentioned too that the track is just prime. It's such a good track.
it doesn't have, honestly, like for me, I expected the big bumps from last year.
Yep.
It doesn't have that anymore. It's slicked it's slicked off, but
We're on
it's
night
smooth.
one.
It's
We're on
smooth.
night one of 3 nights of racing. So we'll check that statement on Saturday night.
True, but here's another thought, and they were talking about this when I hopped on the live stream to start, is when you put that moisture in the track, it's not like any other dirt track you go to. The moisture has nowhere to go but in the dirt because it doesn't go through the concrete.
Yep.
So once it's in the dirt, it's in the dirt. So it's not like these other tracks where it'll go through huge swings. Once you figure out what you got for a track in the night, that's what you got.
Yep. Too, and it's like, you talk about concrete, it's the same thing with the Tulsa Expo Center and the Chip Bowl. It's the
Yep.
same idea. You're putting a dirt track on top of concrete. That's a 7-day, or no, sorry, an 8-day deal. No, 7 days. Sunday's practice, then Monday through Saturday is race day. So so they could keep that track in prime condition for 7 days, 8 days. Yeah, 7 days. Given you're dealing with lighter cars, but you're still burning a ton of races on that surface too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and that's what
Not to change subject, but did you see Carolyn's question?
I did.
That's going to be a Kellen episode. That's gonna be Kellen teaching NASCAR racing, or what would it be? It'd be NASCAR.
Cheaters 101.
Cheating 101.
Yeah.
that would, that would be
Modifying fuel cells, leaky valve stems, modifying body components. What else?
that would be what would you call that?
What's the other
Adjusting
thing?
your race car 401, like a college level. It's a 400 level course right
Yeah.
there. You want to get into
That's
you want to
another
get into what you can do to push boundaries. I mean, Ty
Another
Majeski, he
Yeah,
was
another
doing
one
it.
I've heard is guys will, what do they line their carburetors with? If they line them with something, it'll make them create more power. They grease them up with
Like
something.
brake fluids the first comes to mind, but yeah,
Something they line their carburetors with something in the car. It makes the car make more power.
Well, like Majeski in the truck series getting caught, whatever mechanism he had in his valve stems
yeah. Well, it's a pressure
making
relief valve.
that was
It's pure
making the tire lose air,
Yeah.
which makes the car you can run on the tires longer and your car still be as fast. So I mean,
And it's a grip thing too, because you're not tires aren't getting so rounded when the air goes up. So when those tires are low on air, it's flat, so it's more grip.
I can't even imagine. I mean, NASCAR inspection's pretty strict, but I mean,
Strict is an understatement.
My
but
favorite,
that's not to say these teams are still trying to push
yeah,
boundaries all the time.
my favorite statement came from Ray Abraham back when he was crew chief for Jeff Gordon. And this is in particular for the Daytona 5, the first year that they won in '97. It was, I come into Daytona hope with 7 things that I did to this car, hoping to God I get away with 3. He would
Yep.
even say too, like I would throw something blatantly obvious to that official to try and deter him from something else that I did that I really want to go through.
Oh, so you're playing a little mind game.
Yeah. Little
Let's
who's
get your
who.
attention over here, and then we'll sneak something in over here.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean, there's also the classic photo of Earnhardt at the scales. He's leaning over, arms crossed and everything. He's got that foot underneath the right rear, just lifted up that little bit to clear the scales. Watching this highlight reel that Flow Racing's going on right now, and
I know. The
Jealous.
cars on guys blowing out. Tyler Carpenter going, you keyboard warriors, you just keep on typing. How about Scott Bloomquist? Let's speak of Scott Bloomquist. He needs shoulder surgery. He decided, yeah, we're gonna put that off because I want to go racing in 2024.
yeah,
What are
that
you?
sounds like a racer.
Was it cancer that he? What did he have? Did he
He
have
has something with
cancer?
it was something with his neck. I don't know particularly if it was cancer or wasn't, but he had something going on with his neck.
Coming in with a question here: do you feel Formula One races eventually be competitive in NASCAR, or are they too different to be equivalent? I'm going to take it two ways. One, could Formula One be as competitive as NASCAR is? Or 2, do you think Formula One drivers could compete with drivers? I don't know. I'll throw this at you guys. What do you think? We'll start with the. Do you think Formula One drivers could compete with NASCAR drivers?
Do I think we could take a Formula One racer and put him in a NASCAR race and be competitive?
Let's yeah, let's go with that scenario first, and then I got another one.
I would say yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
say
I think with that, the biggest thing is there's going to be an adjustment period.
I
I
think
don't see the results being immediate, but I do think with time that you could see that individual being competitive with a big time organization. Now that comes with an asterisk of being with an organization that could give him equipment or that individual equipment to win. I think
Sure.
that's what it comes down to. Like at the end of the day, let's be honest about the situation. You ain't gonna run for Rick Ware Racing and expect to finish in the top 5.
Yep.
Reality of the situation, you know.
Yep. And we got an example with that we got 2 examples over that over time. Jenson Button as a recent doing a couple of races, and then Juan Montoya, who has raced damn near anything under the sun, it feels like, as well running NASCAR. So I've said too that I think if we would have had Juan Pablo Montoya in this type of car, Marcos Ambrose, if we would have had him in this next gen car, I think they would have been much more competitive amongst the field than what they were, because it was so much of the the money and what kind of equipment they were in, and they weren't exactly an A+ equipment at the time. I would agree. I think Formula One drivers could compete. I would agree with the attachment process as well. I think it really comes down to the amount of braking, because the brakes on a Formula One car are absolutely insane. And it's just a stock car, so you're dealing with a lot heavier car to move to. So get that combination going. It would definitely be difficult for a NASCAR guy to flip to Formula One in that aspect.
Kellen, is our tire changer, is his mic cutting out a little bit on you or no?
You're a little bit choppy there, my guy.
Oh, no, let me try this.
Maybe you're
But to your point, I would say a Formula One racer could come into NASCAR and have a lot more success as opposed to a NASCAR driver going to a Formula One car.
Yep, I would agree.
And also, I think the other thing would be, I mean, they're not exactly the same, but there's so much more aero involved in a Formula One car, the aerodynamics and the wing and the stuff that they can change. I mean, I think it would definitely help coming into a NASCAR. Like, they wouldn't come in and be completely lost. They understand the aerodynamics and stuff like that. I think you give them a little bit of time, and I think a Formula One driver could be, I would say, with a little bit of time, pretty competitive.
Yeah.
Vice versa, if you take somebody else and if you take NASCAR's best and you threw them in a Formula One car, I do not think it would go great.
Sure. I know there's a clip that floats around every once in a while that comes up. It's the World God damn it, what the hell is the name of it? Race of Champions. It's they get, obviously champions from across the world in different racing divisions, and they do it by country and put them in suited up. I think they did Volkswagen Bugs one year or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember what type of car, but they do smaller sedan type cars, and they put those drivers head to head. And Carl Edwards beat Michael Schumacher in a match race one time. So I'd be very intrigued, like if you got them in that same type of scenario in a match race, what they could do, especially now with how NASCAR has evolved in the road courses and the cars that they run, and how they could adapt to that as well.
I would agree. I think the car that NASCAR runs has evolved to a sense that in certain fashions it's closer to other disciplines of racing. Where if you take previously, if you take an F1 driver from you could say even a decade ago, the drastic difference in the car itself from the H pattern to all the different parts of that, I think would be a tougher transition. But now I think with this next gen car we have, I think it makes that transition easier, especially with I think I'm thinking from the H pattern shifting to the sequential shifter. And I think Van Gisbergen is a prime example of that. Now, not coming directly from F1, but coming from a car foreign to NASCAR and coming in, and he dominated that race. So,
Oh, yeah. No, I think it'd be very interesting. I think we're going to see a lot more influx of, Formula One drivers, IndyCar drivers that are maybe going to want to do NASCAR over the years, and I'm excited for it. And I think vice versa. I think you're going to get a lot of NASCAR drivers that are kind of wanting to experiment, especially with the Indy 500. It's always one of the biggest feats in its own right is to try to do the Indy and Coke 600 doubleheader.
yeah, I wish there was a little bit more of a spread on those two races, though. Not from a
You're talking
number.
time wise?
Yeah, I'm talking pure timeline within the same 24 hours.
Sure.
Just give us a couple more hours that you could maybe tease another individual to do it.
Sure.
Or
Open that opportunity up.
One person that's like, I'm gonna crunch the numbers, start to finish, hope to God that the helicopter lands at the racetrack in time that I can get there and do it.
Because one thing that you got to take in mind too is, and by some scenario, let's just say that guy wins, there's a whole lot more media availability they got to do after that race for being the winner.
I mean, so Kyle Larson's the prime example, and you don't
He absolutely is.
You don't even take into consideration. So typically NASCAR, you got to practice on Saturday.
Yep.
And you got to race on Sunday, or you got practice and qualifying on Saturday. You got to race on Sunday. IndyCar, I mean, they're testing those things. I don't know exactly, but I'm assuming there's a practice session.
Yeah, it's usually like a week and a half before they practice. Qualifying is the weekend before. They have an additional practice afterwards, and then it's race day on Sunday.
But still, to your point, so he's going to run the Indy 500. Kyle Larson is on, say, Saturday morning or Monday morning of Memorial Day, whatever it is, and he's going to immediately get out of the car and get on. I don't know.
Probably Mr. H's plane.
Whoever's plane it is.
Probably Mr. H.
And then he's going to fly to Charlotte, and he's going to get in a NASCAR and try to run the Coke 600. Honestly, I would say, you can crunch numbers, but if he does in the one-off find a way to win the race, I mean,
he's not racing the 600.
Are you racing the 600, or are you saying, yeah, okay, media, you got 30 minutes with him, and he's got to get on a plane and get to his next race?
I guess that's something we'll have to see if it comes to fruition.
Might find out in real time, actually.
Real time, yeah. Let's see.
This Wisconsin Texas volleyball match is about to fire up.
Yep. Hell yeah.
Need this win.
God, that stash on Gordy.
Gordy?
Yeah, that mustache, though. Hot damn.
Grand Theft Gordy. Where's his race team based out of? Does anybody know?
Let me look. It's up here somewhere, I think.
I thought it was out west.
St. Charles, Missouri. So not around here, but a home race for him per se. The G-Man, Gordy Gundaker, St. Charles, Missouri.
Because I
Missouri.
thought when they came to Cedar Lake, I thought they made an announcement like him and his team had not been home for like 2.5 months.
No, that was maybe that was him.
Like they just loaded up the hauler and the camper, and like he was literally left his home and had not been home for literally was living out of the camper for 2.5 months.
No, I do have to say though, if you haven't seen it, I think it was last year. Was it last year or 2 years ago when they did that when they did that live that episode on Flow Racing between Carpenter and Gordy Gundaker? Must watch. I watched it about 6 times.
What was it?
Gordy Gundaker and Tyler Carpenter, when Tyler Carpenter was going for a second in a row, they got together and they had a little scuffle, and then they ended up betting $1,000 to each other. And that was the year Carpenter won it in his Hey Dudes.
Sure.
See, we got a comment in the chat here. PBR time. Yeah, I would think it'd be adult beverage time. I think, I got one in my cup here, my dirt racing cup. We got this would be the adult beverage of a Grape Crush Long Island. PBR is tasty though, for those of you that are watching.
Damn, here's your boy.
Yeah, that little fucking weasel.
Sorry, I'm watching Hoffman's interview here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you?
No, I'm just tuning you out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt you? He's running the Chili Bowl?
Yeah.
Well, that's too bad.
Hell, it's the Chili Bowl. It's just everybody runs that sucker.
Yeah, there's freaking 1,000 cars entered, and that's no exaggeration. There's 1,000 cars entered.
You are a liar. It's 320.
Huh?
It's 320.
What do you mean 320?
The entry list.
Oh, I meant between all of the classes. I didn't mean just
Oh,
just
sure.
the single, like the actual Chili Bowl itself. Between
Between all the races that go on that weekend. Yep.
between
that
all
entire-
the classes across, like
Yep.
the lower level classes, yeah.
I got you now.
Side note, I do have a buddy that is down at this race at the Gateway Dirt Nationals, and they are together watching from a suite.
Nice.
Third or fourth year in a row going that they go down and they actually work on they have a dirt modified they run in Northern Illinois. They'll run in Dubuque up here, Darlington, Wisconsin. They run up here. They've got a race team, and they're down there at the dome watching from a booth.
Nice.
So pretty cool. I sent him a snap to you. Hey, where are you at? He goes, St. Louis, fella. I go, yeah, I got that, but like, where are you watching from? So, again, this is another, and the bucket list is going to be about a 30,000 gallon bucket by the time we're done making our bucket list for races that we want to get to.
Yep.
And between the snowball and for me, it gets a little bigger with Slinger Nationals and the Dixieland and this
Yeah,
one.
I was about
The
to say some of the races on your bucket list I already got covered.
yeah, the World 100 and Dirt Track World Championships, Knoxville Nationals. I mean, it just gets bigger and bigger. So, Freddie Carpenter, the fastest ponytail there. All right. Lots of activities tonight here, ladies and gentlemen. I have a feeling Nick Hoffman's going to get moved here. I don't think he's going to win this feature. I got that inkling.
Ride or die.
Well, that's what's going to happen, but I have a feeling it's going to be the latter portion. Could be wrong. We have five people tuned in to the live stream. If you're watching Flow, go ahead and comment and pick your super late model feature win tonight for $5,000. They're just rolling in the track a little bit here, so they did a little track work on the high side up by the fence. So we're just about getting ready for feature time here. You know what this live stream is missing right now?
So
It's missing our guy Chris.
it is missing our guy, Chris.
Where is our guy Chris?
He's probably in the process of picking up that modified.
Yeah. We're over here going, where's our guy Chris? We need him to fill us in on the race and what's going on tonight and help us out a little bit here. He's too busy trying to pick up a race car to build.
He's doing race car things.
Yeah, we're dreaming about race car things. He's doing real race car things. Oh man, our guy Chris. But no, that is cool to have that kind of insight though, from a fan to have that to be able to.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's all for that.
You know what I ought to do here?
There's only so much we can do from a fan tracking all that good point, but we are subscribed to his YouTube channel though. So, well,
Badger volleyball team's in a war early.
Yeah. Texas is not a slouch by any means in terms of volleyball. They got a good volleyball program, so well, I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick here before we get ready for A-mains. So I will be back just momentarily here.
All right.
I'm just gonna step aside for a short commercial break.
Wonder who he's cheering for tonight.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
I'll give you three guesses. The first two don't count. And it ain't Texas.
I don't even think he realized what we were talking about. I was
Getting
referring to
close.
I was referring to his sweatshirt.
Oh, I know that.
Does he know that?
I don't know what he thinks half the time. You know him better than I do. What do you think we're going to see in this?
We're going to, what do I think we're gonna see?
Yeah, what are we going to see? Or what's going to make us go, holy hell, did we just see what we just saw?
Well, first and foremost, I'm hoping the track holds up. I do not want to get this thing one laned on the bottom. Um, which I'm afraid could happen, but um, I think, well, first and foremost, I'm trying to think in 25 laps, over or under, you know, 5.5 cautions.
5.5 cautions. Mm. I mean, I would think it's got to be over.
You going over?
I'm going over. What are you taking?
I'm going over.
You going over?
Yeah.
That was a quick decision. Did you put the mark high enough?
I mean, it's 25 laps. They tick them off pretty quick.
True. But they're also clicking up on the guys real quick as well. How's the old volleyball coming?
Not good.
Not good, he says.
There's been 3 challenges already, and Texas just challenged a point by Wisconsin, and it's clearly out. So Texas is going to get the point, and they originally gave it to Wisconsin.
I should probably care a little bit more, being that it's the Badgers that are in it. Nope, we got the wave going.
All right, folks, are we ready for some A-Man racing or what's up?
Got the wave going right now.
I saw that. Hell yeah. This is the best Thursday crowd they've ever had.
Yep.
As the announcers say, they're frisky. Oh man.
I think that's what I like about Flow Racing and their broadcasts too. They can say some things on there that you probably wouldn't be able to say on broadcast TV, network
Correct.
TV.
And there was nothing wrong with what he said, but they can say it and not feel like there's any repercussions of it.
Yep.
So, the other thing about that is it is pretty cool that they allowed Hunt the Front to do their Hunt the Front TV streaming for the heat races tonight. So they allowed them to stream the heat races on huntthefront.tv to get a look into the flow or the races for this weekend. They gave them kind of like a sneak preview that Hunt the Front did a little streaming to get them kind of an inside look.
Mm-hmm.
So any of their subscribers got to see that as well. So kind of a cool little deal that they said, yeah, we'll let you in and see if we can help you out to help us out, kind of you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
So pretty cool little deal. And even like that, even earlier in the night, they interviewed both Joshua Joyner, who has had a heavy piece in the streaming side of things, and their Super Dirt series, along with Joseph, who is their main wheelman, who's going to head into the dome tomorrow night to see what he's got. So yeah, pretty cool little deal.
And it kind of goes back to that conversation too of, we had talked about it with the High Limits World of Outlaws this week on the Tuesday Track Talk plug.
Yeah.
We talked about like if everybody is coinciding with each other and getting along with each other, racing is good for that. If everybody that gets along with each other.
Absolutely. Racing is so much better for that.
A little bit of an ace there for the Badgers.
See if I can pull it up on my computer here too and watch it a little bit. Them glasses though. Hell yeah. Just walked off my screen. I told Kellen, I posed this question to Cam while we were away. I'm going to pose this question to you as well.
Yeah.
What do you think we're going to see in this race? Or something that's just going to make you go, did we just see what we just
I don't know how kind they're going to play. you're racing for a preliminary feature, but you also don't want to tear your stuff up. So now again, they reworked the track, so that could play a part in it as well. But I don't know. I think my biggest storyline is going to be who starts on the inside row, because that's the line that's going to move. I have a feeling
Sure.
the top is gonna move at first, but it's not going to hang on like the inside.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm like stuck a little bit, you know.
I'm surprised that they're running the super late feature first and not the mods.
This is true. Yeah, I would agree.
I'm a little surprised by that. But I think that's good for the mods too. It gets them attention. It's kind of the main event. I keep seeing this commercial for Arizona t-shirts, and this does not help me at all.
Zero.
I spend enough money on shirts as it is. I do not need to be spending more money. It was a disturbing when I looked at my closet, and I see it often. I look in that closet, I think there's a lot of money sitting here. Very sure.
So I throw out the question: over under 5.5 cautions.
Over.
All right, so we all took the over, so we need to reset the number here. I'll reset the number here. I will over under 7.5.
7.5.
7.5.
I'm going under that.
Oh, 7 was my number. Under. 7
You're
was
going
my number.
under?
Over 6, but under 8. I'm 7.
I'll go over then. I'll be that guy.
Okay.
Just looked at fantasy
Go
football.
over.
The Raiders are beating the Chargers 42-0 at halftime.
Ouch.
Tracking, so we gotta be getting close here.
Yeah, I would think. I will post our weekend picks on our socials as well tomorrow.
Yeah.
$25 big ones.
All right. Lineup. Nick Hoffman starting on the pole. Jaden Frame second. Jason Wilshan third. Mike Harrison fourth. Rusty Schellink fifth. Freddie Carpenter sixth. Jason Zorbis seventh. Gordy Gundaker eighth. Kyle Hardy ninth. Bob Gardner 10th. Shannon Babb 11th. Bobby Pierce is going to start P12. Let's see. Chad Zorbis is going to start 13th, Luke Bennett 14th, Alan Westling 15th, Ryan Wilson 16th, Josh Bowler 17th, and Jack Riggs is going to start 18th. You know, it's getting real close when they do lineups.
Where are you guys at in your stream?
Still got a lineup on my screen.
Okay. Well, the thing I think about this is we got some hammers starting way deep.
Mm-hmm.
Bab row 6, Pierce outside row 6, Gordy Gundaker outside row 4. Um, you got some fast race cars that are going to have to avoid some trouble.
Another thing that I thought of too, kind of look at the lineup here. There's a lot of guys, good drivers racing tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be tough.
Ooh, tomorrow's going to be tougher than tonight.
Cars rolling on the track. Boy, sell this computer's getting a workout. Top three drivers lock into Saturday main event.
Okay, so top 3 is what we're following here. I mean, Nick Hoffman's in a terrible situation.
He's going to just launch. He's going to hit that loud pedal and go bye bye.
Yeah, okay.
Bobby, wow. Blake Anderson from down in the pits is calling Bobby Pierce to win this.
Oh, from that deep in 25 laps? Oof. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if you can. Out, especially outside of row 6. I don't. Holy Christ. 12th and 5th are the 2 picks. Huh. Oh,
All righty, here we go.
Here we go, folks. Super late model feature of the night. $5,000 to win, 25 laps.
Top
18
three to
cars.
Saturday.
Yup. Top three locked into the big show. All right, who you got? Who's doing the feature? Go.
Well, I gotta
Pick one.
stick with my.
Okay, well, I would guess necessarily wasn't asking you, Cam, who you got to win the feature because I know who he's picking. We got a group of guys that are very unknown to us.
I'm gonna go deep. Bobby Pierce.
Jesus. Well, if you're gonna go that far, I'll take Gordy. I'll take Gordy Gundaker. All these picks have no influence on our previous picks. These are just
Oh, mine does.
single race. Choose as you will because we're tuned in type of picks, you know?
Lights
go.
are out.
Let's go.
We are green. Ooh, there goes Carpenter.
The track's pretty racy right now. Wow.
That is.
So your boy Hoffman, he's doing one of two things here. He's stretching his lead out, but he's catching lap traffic fast.
He is letting traffic. I mean, they're right there. They're hugging that bottom too. They were just mentioning that he's been a middle to top leader the entire day so far. So as long as they don't go up top, I think that'll help him out. See, it's at bottom is not too friendly to him right now.
No, Riggs is giving him a tough time.
There it is. That's what he needed. And there you go, stretching that lead back out again. Now frames have been issues getting by the lap carpets.
We're 10 laps in already. Holy man.
Yeah, and oh, I don't like that picture.
So here's the running order. We got Hoffman, Frame, Welsgen, Harrison, Carpenter, your top five. Whoa! Re-rack them, boys and girls. Well, the hard part with this is a guy like this who gets a flat. It's like you have no opportunity to get to the infield,
Yeah,
especially if you're later in the field. Like you just get to the outside to get out of the way. You just
you're
have
stuck.
no, you have no opportunity but to stop and get out of the way.
Pierce went 12th to 8th in that run.
Right, the boys ain't shy.
Hopefully that doesn't turn this into a caution fest.
Caution breeds cautions type of thing.
Yeah.
Hoffman, Frame, Welshon, Carpenter, Harrison, Schlennick, Gundaker, Pierce are your top 7, 8. So I got Cam, I got you by 1 spot. Whoa, got the old shovel out. The old number 2. And the antenna sticking in the screen here. Hey.
The absolute unit. That's a rock.
Well, you got 1 or 2 options. Either you sit on my lap or you get out of my screen. Hey. Watchers.
All right. Coming to green. 14 to go.
Yep, Delaware double restart. Delaware double file.
Good jump by Hoffman.
Nice cat.
What are we doing here? What do you want? Sit down.
.6-second lead for Hoffman.
Yeah, well, we're gonna check the droop rule when we're done, so just keep that in mind. Whoa, don't do any typing for me.
We're at 10 to go.
There.
Harrison riding the wall. Really.
Did you see him get the inside concrete there?
Yeah, he clipped the concrete.
Yeah, I can't appreciate somebody that's got Case IH as a sponsor.
Oh, yeah.
Case IH, JCB, all just equipment companies. I can appreciate that.
That right rear is just about gone on that 24 there with Harrison.
What do we have going on here? Come on now. I'll let you in here. You're getting dust. Move. Get out of here.
Hoffman hits lap traffic here with 5 to go. He gets that high line, just what he wants. He's got a good gap between And him in the next lap car.
Yeah, he did what he needed to do. He kept Welshing behind him. So what do we got here for your top three? I'm gonna write these down as we lock in.
I definitely seen the track get slicked in as this thing is going on. No, the whole track is pretty black. Walshan's got second, Frame's got third, but he's got heavy pressure from Carpenter trying to get the win, trying to get that last transfer spot. Got the white flag. Wins night one. Coming to the line. Walshan. And Frame finishes third to take the final transfer spot.
Why did you just sit out there?
No, because I have to keep the. I can't.
Let's go.
Biggest thing too, kept that thing clean.
P7 for Pierce.
I think mods locking in too. Or my question is, are the mods locking cars into the feature for Saturday night? As
I would
well?
imagine.
Whoa!
Yeah, Corey just showing some love.
Give him a little love tap. What'd I just say?
Let's go.
Chris Mann, I'm sure he's good with this.
Say what?
I'm sure Chris Madden's good with this.
Oh, yeah. Well, again, you don't see here this weekend, Chris Madden.
That too. Yeah, I suppose.
This is one of the Midwest tracks.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
Let's go.
You watch the board.
Hey, you're just using the resources available to you.
You're not wrong. I don't think they should get rid of it. He didn't make any adjustments all night. Wow, that's quite the statement.
Yeah, he's playing mind games.
I'll say this fella is a big guy to start off with too.
Well, the crazy part is you come to a race like this is you don't all that big horsepower actually hurts you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's like
It's kind of like
I wouldn't be surprised if some of these guys are coming on a crate motor.
it's kind of like a Golden Sands. You come in with your most bogged down motor, the lowest gear that you could run, because that's what's going to go fast.
Yeah, that or you're in a state park.
Yeah,
Could be competitive with a crate and a super. So it is pretty cool that to give these guys once you're locked in on Saturday, it's like you got 48 hours to think about what you want to do for
Yep.
driver intros. Something cool or whatever, that is a pretty cool deal. Honestly, this is one of those races, I watched most of it last year. It's like, how have I not been watching this race since the inception of it?
yep.
Like,
And this is a new territory for me. I'm really watching this one for the first time. So
just the iconic moments that have come from this with Hey Dudes and
yep.
Turbo last year with just the emotion of it. And oh man, Classic. I was upside down when I picked the outside. Yeah, I would probably do something different too if I ended up on my lid.
Cheated frame. Why'd you pick the Why'd you pick the inside? Well, you want the truth? Because I flipped when I took the inside last time.
Good Lord.
Oh God, that was great. Oh, Kellen or Cam, you look like Surrender Cobra over there. What's going on?
Nothing. I just watching that and got Badgers in the background.
Got a Badger drop that for fat 25-22. Got some work to do.
Ooh. Man, that was
We
good.
got one 20 or 25 lap mod feature yet and wrap her up
20.
for the 20.
20 lap.
Wrap her up for the night
Yeah.
for the live stream. So just a little bit of commercial break, get the mods lined up, get the feature where the guys that locked themselves into the feature for Saturday night, get those guys out of the infield. So it'll be just a minute here, and then we'll get the mods ready to rip. Turn a few laps with them, and then we'll call it an evening here. If you haven't seen, we've posted our race picks in the chat. We will also post those on our socials. Liability of that is we just did a straight draft. Based off of our Snowball Derby picks. We did a draft and you could pick your supers or your mods, however you wanted to pick them. We just snaked them top to bottom. So we will post those and I'll post at the bottom. I will also keep track of who's locked in for those. So I will post that as well with our picks. So
I got one locked in.
yep, that was an accident. All right, here we go. Mod A feature. Dave Hess, Ricky Thornton front row, Michael Ledford, Braden Watson, Tyler Peterson, Trevor Neville, Jacoby, Kenny Wallace, row 4, Michael Long, Jimmy Owens, row 5, Trey Harris, Dylan Nussbaum, row 6.
What do we think Kenny's gonna do?
Well, he's stuck on the outside. That's the hard part. Same with Ricky. Come on, TPO. Come on, TPO. Well, move the graphic so I can inform
They're
the
still
fans.
they're still going through on them.
Well, oh, there it was. Okay, yeah. So row 7, Trent Young, Jeremy Nichols. Row 8, Clay Money. Wow, that graphic moved quick.
Scott Mins and then Zach Johnson and then your other transfer.
So we missed one name, unfortunately. But here's a question for you real quick. The old 44 got something for Ricky Thornton on the initial start or no?
What's that?
The 44 got anything for Ricky Thornton on the initial start or no?
First lap.
Yeah, does he have anything for him or no?
Well, they started from me, so I'm gonna not answer. Also, we're taking top three.
3.
Top three.
Good.
Oh no.
Dang it.
This will be a half-hour race.
We should have put the 7.5 on this one.
Yeah, what's the over under?
Thornton got the jump on that one. Oh,
Jesus Christ. Come on, boys. Play nice. Play nice.
Yeah, this is gonna be.
Remember when we talked to our buddy at Cedar Lake? This is amateur hour. Big all-star sticker in the front of that race car.
Thornton gets the jump again.
Hey, easy on TPO in this crowd here. The guys got to get through there.
Now they're starting to settle in a little bit.
Yeah. Whoa. It was interesting when you watch them, at least the modifieds, you know which cars are UMP and which ones are Wasota modifieds. That's based on how the bodies are shaped.
I guess I'm trying to look to see if I can put that.
I'm at 44 and I don't like running the top if I'm has just you're locked in. Just get down and ride around the bottom.
So I'm trying to see that difference between the up and the Wasota.
So if you look at them, the Wasota modifieds have the curved rear A-frame on the body. You know what I mean? Where
Sure.
the UMP modifieds, like TPO's got the Wasota on there. Where he's on the top side there, you see him. He's got that curved kind of, the body's kind of got like a hoop
Yep.
to it. Where those UMPs are more cut straight and angled on the way down on the back.
Oh, I see it now.
So that's your difference between your. Because TPO runs up here with us. He's a Wasota guy, where those other guys are UMP guys. So that's where it's kind of the rules difference, but they can all run together here and
Sure.
they're under their own kind of banner per se. Richard's on a mission.
Nash was that other transfer. Herman's getting some pressure. TPO riding the top.
Yeah, I don't know why he's up there, but I don't like that because he's one of my picks. What are we doing? Get on.
He likes something up there.
It ain't good though.
3 to go.
But
Here comes,
3 laps.
he's gonna
just
about to
got
lap the
stuffed.
Millennial Farmer. Ooh. That's another one of my picks, I believe, that is locked in.
Damn it! I
Oh.
should have picked Hess. He was on my list. God damn it! I
Yeah,
screwed that up.
he was solid from start to finish.
I should have picked him. God damn it! That was too bad. He was on my list. I even watched hot laps or hot lap qualifying. And I'm like, God damn it! I should have took him. Idiot. But at the end of the day, like when you talk about the Midwest guys showing up, like we had a good night for our Midwest guys when you talk about Nash and Zach Johnson and TPO. Like we didn't go unnoticed, that's for sure, when you want to talk about Midwest modified racing. So
Yeah.
pretty cool little deal. Well, any kind of final wrap-ups before we get ready for closing out the live
I would say
stream?
my final thought is the boys played way nicer than I expected.
They just mentioned that there was only one caution each feature there.
Race, and here we're sitting. We set it at 5.5 and 7.5. So, no, that's good for racing. It was good hard racing. And it's just a balancing act of going through. You push it, and when you push it, once you get to lap traffic, finding your way through it. So, no, awesome first night. And if you aren't watching and you didn't watch tonight, you got two more chances to watch this tomorrow night and Saturday night. And tonight was awesome racing, and I'm gonna just go ahead and guarantee this that it's only gonna get better from here.
Yeah, and a great night one, but a couple surprises. Nick Hoffman, a pleasant surprise. And then I think the other one you have to say is the notable retirement of the weekend of Hudson O'Neal. So, kind of a couple storylines. Tyler Erb,
Tough night.
transponder misplaced, ends up 3 positions back. It's a flat, doesn't finish the B. So, some significant storylines with some big names and dirt late models, at least on that side. So, yeah, kind of a absolute wild night. Cam, any final wrap ups for the night?
It's a good night for, like I said, it's kind of my first night watching these Gateway Dirt Nationals. I love the track. It's definitely elbows up type of racing. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Slinger in the way of just it's an elbows up type of thing. Obviously, I get 2 picks locked into the A main of mine. Obviously, my favorite in Hoffman getting W tonight. So I was good first night one. It's going to be interesting tomorrow. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of hammers in tomorrow's race, and it's going to come down to who's not going to make it.
Yeah, and I think that'll be another storyline as we move throughout the weekend of there's going to be some big names that aren't going to be racing on Saturday night.
Well, I think that kind of wraps up the 2023 Gateway Dirt Nationals Night 1 live stream. I will post our draft on our socials. We'll get that out there so you guys can see who was hot and who was not. We got a whole nother night to go, so take that with a grain of salt because we got a few picks that we have not even seen get on the track yet. So be kind of interesting. So as always, as you guys go through here, like and subscribe. Always happy to interact with you guys. It's always fun to do the live stream and get that interaction. We've got a few that I think are they're in the gold star for the night. So super cool little deal with that as well. So as always, like and comment if you got race picks for Saturday night. Feel free to shoot them to us, comment them on the video, all that good stuff. So other than that, we will see you guys early next week for a recap of the Gateway Dirt Nationals and a preview of next week's episode.